मङ्गलां शोभनां शुद्धां निष्कलां पदमामकलां विश्वेश्वरी. Sri Aurobindo's Savitri. Book 10. The Book of the Double Twilight. Canto 3. The Debate of Love and Death. Page 631. Third line. On earth it lingers, drinking its deep fill through the symbol of her pleasure and her pain, of the grapes of heaven and the flowers of the abyss, of the flame stabs and the torment craft of hell, and dim fragments of the glory of paradise. In the small paltry pleasures of man's life, in his petty passions and joys, it finds a taste in tears and torture of broken hearts, in the crown of gold and in the crown of thorns, in life's nectar of sweetness and its bitter wine. All being it explores for unknown bliss, sounds all experience for things new and strange. Life brings into the earthly creature's days a tongue of glory from a brighter sphere. It deepens in his musings and his art. It leaps at the splendor of some perfect word. It excels in his high resolves and noble deeds, wanders in his errors, dares the abyss brink, it climbs in his climbings, wallows in his fall. Angel and demon brides his chamber share, possessors or competitors for life's heart. To the enjoyer of the cosmic scene, his greatness and his littleness equal are, his magnanimity and meanness hues cast on some neutral background of the gods. The artist's skill he admires who planned it all, but not forever endures this danger game. Beyond the earth, but meant for delivered earth, wisdom and joy prepare their perfect crown. Truth superhuman calls to thinking man. At last the soul turns to eternal things. In every shrine it cries for the clasp of God. Then is there played the crowning mystery. Then is achieved the longed for miracle. Immortal bliss, her wide celestial eyes opens on the stars. She stirs her mighty limbs. Time thrills to the suffix of her armor's song, and space fills with a white beatitude. Then, leaving to its grief the human heart, abandoning speech and the name determined realms, through a gleaming, far-seen sky of wordless thought, through naked, thought-free heavens of absolute sight, she climbs to the summits where the unborn idea, remembering the future that must be, looks down upon the works of laboring force, immutable above the world it made. In the vast golden laughter of truth's sun, like a great heaven bird on a motionless sea, is poised her winged ardor of creative joy on the still deep of the eternal space. This was the aim, this the supernal law, nature's allotted task when beauty drenched in dim mist waters of inconscient sleep out of the void. This grand creation rose, for this the spirit came into the abyss and charged with its power Matter's unknowing force in night's bare session to cathedral light, in death's realm repatriate immortality. A mystic slow transfiguration works. All our earth starts from mud and ends in sky, and love that was once an animal's desire, then a sweet madness in the rapturous heart, an ardent comradeship in the happy mind, becomes a wild spiritual yearning space. A lonely soul passions for the alone, the heart that loved man thrills to the love of God. A body is his chamber and his shrine. Then is our being rescued from separateness. All is itself, all is new felt in God. A lover leaning from his cloister's door gathers the whole world into his single breast. Then shall the business fail of night and death, when unity is won, when strife is lost, and all is known, and all is clasped by love. Who would turn back to ignorance and pain? O death, I have triumphed over thee within. I quiver no more with the assault of grief. A mighty calmness seated deep within has occupied my body and my sense. It takes the world's grief and transmutes to strength. It makes the world's joy one with the joy of God. My love eternal sits throned on God's calm, for love must soar beyond the very heavens and find its secret sense ineffable. It must change its human ways to ways divine, yet keep its sovereignty of earthly bliss. O death, not for my heart's sweet poignancy, not for my happy body's bliss alone, I have claimed from thee the living Satyavan, but for his work and mine, our sacred charge. Our lives are God's messengers beneath the stars. To dwell under death's shadow they have come, tempting God's light to earth for the ignorant race. His love to fill the hollow in men's hearts, his bliss to heal the unhappiness of the world. For I, the woman, am the force of God, he, the eternal's delegate soul in man. My will is greater than thy law, O death. My love is stronger than the bonds of fate. Our love is the heavenly seal of the Supreme. I guard that seal against thy rending hands. Love must not cease to live upon the earth. For love is the bright link twixt earth and heaven. Love is the far transcendence angel here. Love is man's lean on the absolute.